guys, Di here from Di's Den and welcome to another Sunday video. This week I'd like to show you how to make this card. Now I did this one with all retired products just so I could see how it goes, and we do have to put a big thank you out to Frances McFall who helped me with the tutorial writing. So this is the card. It's called a pop-out card, and when you open it up, yahoo! See those little things, they pop out like this on the side. How gorgeous is that? And it is so easy to do. So I thought we would do this card again, but this time I'm going to use all new products. So I'm going to be using, this is a suite called Charming Duck Pond, which comes with all these lovely dies. So you've got a lovely circle die here, and so some ducks and frogs and more ducks and lily pads, reeds here and here, and I'm not sure, I think they might be like tadpoles or something. I'm not 100% on that. I will have to have a look and see, but it's just, you know, it's just so pretty. And it also comes with, it doesn't actually show me what it is on here, so maybe that is what it is. This lovely paper, and I've used a little bit of this paper to cut out some of these ducks, but I've also used a bit of this one. This one's got some pretty like zigzaggy on the back, which is nice for men's cards. This one is just a plain, and I would say that would be peach pie. So we've got ones with little scenes on them with the ducks, and then a really nice gingham on the back. That's the same as that one there. So let's pop past that one. This one's got some pretty flowers on it and lily pads on the back. And then we come into the fish one, which is what I used there. And with that orangey peach pie, I think that's called, on the back. And some more ducks in the pond. And this lovely colour on the back, which is actually pretty peacock. Then we have some other ones with the lily pads and the frogs and some fish, and then stripes on the back. Oops, get past them. Come on. Then we have some nice scenery ones for you to add whatever you like with, and smaller fishes like this one here. Some more pretty scenery ones, and some pink lily things, or whatever you want to call them. That's some more of those birds, ducks, and then you've got your reeds, and that's pretty on the back. That's pretty in pink, and that's so pretty. And then on the back of that is grey granite, I believe that it might be. I'll have a look in a moment. And then this one here, which is what we are using today, with the scenery, and then you've got the flowers on the back. And then lucky last is these lovely flowery ones here, and they've got like dragonflies on the back of them. So that is the whole pack. It is gorgeous. They are a 6x6 pack. Let me pop that ball back in there if I can get it back in. Oh, I'm not going to get it back all in like that, am I? If I can't get it in, I will do it after. There we go, got it. Okay, oops, coming out the side, go back in. Alright, so the colours on this are balmy blue, grey, granny apple green, grey granite, peach pie, pretty peacock, and pretty in pink. So that's what we're using. And then it comes also with these beautiful embellishments. These are called dappled dots, and they are in, I just think they're in the 3 colours, I'm sure. Let me have a look if I can open it, because I haven't opened it yet. So, come out, come out. I'm pretty sure it comes in like yep, 3 colours. So we've got peach pie, pretty in pink, and I would say that's something like grey granite there. So let's pop them on one side, because we'll be using those and all of these. So let me pop them over there as well. So I've already stamped and cut out my birds. We are going to stamp the happy birthday and have a lovely day for the sentiments on our card. So I've done all the other bit here, which I'll show you. This little baby one there is out of the paper, along with that one and that one, which I hand cut, and that one. They were out of the paper, but these two here I actually stamped and cut those and coloured those myself. So we've got plenty of little birds, and I like ducks. So let's pop that out of the way. We're going to be using Pretty Peacock ink today, so let's go through what we need. And this is it. We're going to need a card blank, and I just hope I've got the other one of those. Oh yes, I have. There it is. A card blank that is 5 7/8 by 8 1/4. And then for my front of my card, which I'm going to be using this piece, I've got a piece that is 5 5/8 by 3 7/8 with my DSP layer being 5 3/8 by 3 5/8, and we're going to put our saying on there, which I've got my little piece of card here somewhere for that, which is 2 3/4 by 3/4 of an inch and 2 1/2 by 1/2 an inch. That's going to go on the front. Not sure where, down here, up here, I'm not sure exactly. Alright, for my insert for the card, which is, the insert is this piece here. Alright, you'll need a piece of card that measures 5 5/8 by 2 1/2 and a white piece that measures 5 3/8 by 2 1/4. For the mechanism, you're going to need a piece of card that measures 4 1/2 by 4 1/4. Let me make sure I did that right. Yeah, 4 1/4 by 1 1/2 inches. You're also going to need 2 pieces of window sheet, which I've already done. Cut one, put the things on one because I use red liner tape. But you need 2 of these that measure 1/4 of an inch by 1 1/2 inches. So I'm going to pop those on top of there so I can actually see them. Alright, so that's that. Then for my left hand side, that's my right, left hand side of the inside, this side, we need a piece of card that measures 5 5/8 by 3 1/8, and then your DSP will be 5 3/8 by 2 7/8. For the right hand inside of the card, you're going to need a piece of card that measures 5 5/8 by 1 1/2 and 5 3/8 by 1 1/4, which I used the rest of what was on here, so that matches up with that. Maybe not that side, maybe it's the other side, I can't remember. I don't know. Oh dear, I don't really know where it came off of the same sheet anyway. So that's all of our bits and pieces. Alright, so let's do all our scoring first, which is, oops, our main card and our mechanism. So, what did I do with my scoreboard? Here it is. Oh, I had a vacuum in here the other day, so it got put up on the side. Alright, so we're going to score our main card on the long side, which is the 8 1/4 side. And we're going to score with the small ball at the 4 1/8 mark. So just a regular score on the regular card. Okay, for our mechanism piece, we're going to score this on the long side, which is the 4 1/4 side. And we're going to score this at 1/2 inch, 1 1/4 inches, 2 inches, and 3 1/2 inches. So let's go through that again. 1/2, 1 1/4, 2, and 3 1/2. Then we're going to turn it onto the short side, and we're not going to do anything with that on the short side. What am I doing? Then we're going to take our board and our piece of card and our scoring tool, and we're going to score this. And I would have to pick a card colour that is really hard to see, so I'm going to actually fold this on these lines so I can actually see them, and you can see them too, hopefully. Alright, so from the 2 inch line, we're going to score up to the 1/2 inch line on the diagonal. and then we're going to do the same the opposite side, from the 2-inch line up to the 1/2-inch line on the diagonal. I would have to pick a colour that's really hard to see, wouldn't I? So I don't know if you can see that really well, like that. There we are, just I think. Alright, so once we've done that, we're now going to fold these and burnish them on the diagonal. Once you've done that, you will find that, oops, and we need to do this one too, through the middle. So we need to do that so that we can then push these down in there like so. So we got like a point at this end here. Now we can then give that a nice burnish, and then this one's going to come up like this, I believe. So this is our piece. This piece here is going to get, well, I can't remember which way it goes. Doesn't matter. We're going to fold him, and I will have a look at this card here and see which way it goes. It actually goes the opposite way. So let me go through all these with you. So we've scored this at 1/2, 1 1/4, 2, 3 1/2. We've then scored from the 2-inch line up to the 1/2-inch line on the diagonal, and we can put that in like so. This piece here, we've scored it, and it will actually fold this way, so it will be a mountain fold. Alright, so that is that piece. So now we're going to then fold and burnish our main card, and I'm sorry if that sounded a bit what would you call it, a bit strange, but that's, I just got myself a little bit muddled. So we're actually going to pop our front on our card so that that's out of the way done. Oh, isn't that pretty? That does look really nice on there, doesn't it? So I was going to do balmy blue and pretty in pink, but I thought that because of the pretty peacock there, it would actually give it a little bit more. So that's why I went with pretty peacock and balmy blue. So that's the front of the card. We're not going to put our saying on there until we're finished. So now we're going to do is we're going to actually glue this into place. So we're going to fold that down like so, and I can't remember which way around that goes. Sorry about that. So we're going to fold that down like that, and we're going to pop this into the card like so. So we're going to put a little bit of glue onto this section here. So onto that little tab just there, like so, and we're going to bring that in and lay that up against the middle of the card like that. Oops, making sure that it's close to that center line but not over it, and then we're going to fold that down. We can now bring that back like so. So now what we're going to do is we're going to open this up and let that dry for a few seconds, making sure it's nice and straight. Yep. Alright, so then we're going to bring in our 2 pieces of window sheeting. Now you can't see this one very well, but what I have done, and I will show you what I did, and I used red liner tape, but you can use any type tape you like. I put a little piece on this end, then I turned it around and turned it over and put a little piece on the other end. Whoops, get on there. There we go. So by doing that, I have a piece of red liner tape on both ends, but one on one side and one on the other. Okay, let's pop them out of the way. And now what we're going to do is we're actually going to put this into the mechanism. So I'm going to take off one piece and I'm going to glue it in here up to this line here. See this line through the middle of the X? So in the middle section of that, like so. Oops, that's still stuck to me, that piece. That's the only thing I don't like about red liner tape, is it is very, very static. So we'll pop the other one on there, like so. So when this closes up, it will be like that. See how they go like that? So we want to make sure this is going to drag at the moment, but it won't drag once we get it going. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we are going to glue this to this section. So we're going to put some glue on this section here. And close the card over, like so. So that when we open the card now, those pieces flap out. See how they flap out? I'm going to make sure that that's nice and flat there. Giving that another burnish over. They look funny, but they do work. Oh dear, itchy nose. Okay, so now what we're going to do, and I know I sound like I'm in a la-la land today. I feel a bit like I'm in la-la land today too. I'm going to glue these inner ones together. So I'll do both sides so we can pop both sides into the card. We're going to pop our larger piece onto the left hand side. Now these are optional. If you don't want them in there, you can leave them out altogether. It is not going to be a real problem. I just think that it actually finishes the inside of the card off. So you just got to poke them underneath those two pieces and pop them down. Oops. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to stamp this piece here with my saying. And while I've got this open, I might as well stamp my happy birthday for the front of my card. Ooh, that's a bit wicked on the edge, isn't it? So let's... It's better. I've got ink on everything now. So let's pop that over there to dry, because this pad looks like it's a bit icky. And pop that one on there to dry. Okay, so I'm going to leave those to dry because of that pad is actually quite wet. Alright, while we're doing that, we will work out where we want and what birds we want. So I'm going to put the ones on here that I actually cut out. So I want to put one on there. So let me close that in, out the way, and pull this piece off this end. Get off my finger. I'm going to pop him on there. I'm only going to pop him on very, very lightly because I want to close the card and make sure that he's not going to pop out the top here. He's not, so I'm going to leave him there. And I will do exactly the same with the one at the bottom. Get off my finger, and I'm going to do him by his head this time. So I'm going to close that again because it's good to check, even though I know that they're not because they're smaller images, because if you've got larger images you really don't want them to poke out the top or the bottom of the card. So once we've done that, and we know that they're going to float in and out really, really nicely. So I'm actually going to, where is my piece for the middle? And it's looking pretty dry now. I'm actually going to put this one down the bottom of this piece. And the other ones I don't know that I'm going to use. So we'll see how we feel when we've got that far. So let's pop them on one side. We're going to glue these two pieces together. Now this piece here is actually going to glue just onto this section here. So what we're going to do is we're going to put some glue onto this section, just this section here, this square, not going over the score line that we've got here. And we're going to bring that up so that we can pop this one in so that it is right up against that thing. Once we're happy with that, where it is, we can plop it down, close the card down, give it a nice squish down. And as you can see, my little birds are going to float out the bottom, out the sides there. How gorgeous is that? So I'm going to now glue my happy birthday together. And get glue all over my jeans. So let's pop that up on some dimensionals. Oops, not on my finger. Like so. And work out where we're going to put this. I think I'm going to pop in that there. Like so. So my card looks like it's actually a little bit bulky, but as time goes on, it is a little bit bulky in the middle there, but not ridiculously bulky. So it will take a little while, but it does go down. So let me have a look what we've got here. I don't think we're going to put these birds on here. I think we'll just hang on to them for another project. And I'm going to bring in my little dots and my picker tool and put on here. What colours do you think? I think the pink ones will look just gorgeous with these. I think I'm going to put one just there and the other one just here. So I hope you've enjoyed today's card. I'm sorry about the little bit of a blur in the middle where I lost the plot. This is the card. It's called a pop-out card, and I think that it looks gorgeous. Okay, you see that mechanism? That's fine. That's how it's supposed to be. You could make this a little bit longer if you wanted to, so that it doesn't fold out show quite so much, but we would have to be careful that we don't go past the end of here, so that you don't lose the value of your pop out. But I just think it's a gorgeous card. It sits beautifully, and as you open it, it pops. It's gorgeous. I love it. I love it. I love it. I even like the one I did originally. So if you've enjoyed today's card and you'd like the written tutorial for this, head down here to Di's Den for stamping, crafting and tutorials. There you will find the written tutorial for this, which goes live exactly the same time, same date. So if you're watching this video months down the track and you like this and you'd like the written tutorial, just still follow the link. Just take a note of the date, take a note of the name, because they're both exactly the same. If you'd love to join my team, I would love to have you on my team. And I can only take you if you live in Australia. Unfortunately, that's the rules. So if you'd love to, or you'd like to purchase any of these products, don't forget, all that information is down there. Just contact me and I will be glad to help you in any way I can. So until next time, have fun, and I'd love to see you on my Facebook group. Bye for now.